to our guest analyst who would give us an update on what he believes are some of the very important updates. I'm not too sure that we have all of the time to speak on this, Mr. Chris, but let's just start off with this particular story about Dangote saying that this is not the price that NNPC lifted its fuel from its station. It's just shocking that this drama, continues every single day.
I'm surprised that you're shocked or you feel surprised. Our dear nation, Nigeria, has become a country where it's 1 week, one trouble. In fact, it has become 1 week, 10 troubles. Because any one trouble that has to be associated with fuel or petrol, it has multiplier effect of 200 million. So it's 1 week, 200 million troubles. But we're talking about over that number of people living in Nigeria. And look at the mess. I've sat on this desk for the last 3 months, and I've been wondering, it might be an individual, some of them that are National Assembly say they have minority opinion. Mine could be minority opinion. What business does NNPCL have to do with Dangote? They started this confusion, and all the headlines in today's newspaper said, confusion. Dangote said, you bought the oil, the fuel I refined at NNPCL, saying they bought at, and different price in the same country for one refinery. And these are the people who have abandoned the refinery. They should go and set up the price of what they refined. For 28 years in Nigeria, no refinery in Nigeria is working. Suddenly, Dangote, it shows God has not totally forsaken Nigeria. Because Nigerians are resilient people. They live on hope. And this hope came. It was like, these people have brought us to a standstill with a fuel price of per liter in a country that is almost scratch the surface of the, there's this language you used to use in Warri, just scratch any surface, you just start scooping oil with your basin. There is a country, we are talking about 1,400 on the average per liter of fuel. Nobody is talking about all the byproducts of crude oil. Nobody. The NNPCL, nobody. I wonder what this madness with fuel. Nigerians also need kerosene. Nobody is telling us the price. And this one is where they felt they went and stood on a sheet. They didn't sheet. Is it not an error? Somebody will go and because you went to squat on the sheet, you didn't sheet. What concerns NNPCL with the Dangote? Beyond the deal with crude oil, allow them refine, let the market determine. Let them even set their price. With muchi, they've been trying to stuff the man's mouth to speak like NNPCL. And he refused. This morning, the whole confusion blew up.
This is stunning.
And this is going to take us, imagine what this confusion will take us.
Right.
Go out in the street and just say, I bought this morning 1,350 naira. Because this confusion, these downstream capitalist Nigerian businessmen who do not care whether their families are dying or everyone want to make money, we still capitalize on this confusion. And everybody wake up this morning and say, NNPC is 1,000, this 865, this, and they will decide and say, people, what do they say? Fix it at 1,000. So you even drive in. At the point you drive into a filling station, you don't start, when they bring, are you paying by POS or cash? And then say how much you said. You would have opened your tank and do ready to buy. So without excuse, you decide to. If you had planned to buy a fuel of 10,000 naira, you now decide to buy 2,000 naira when the price dawns on you. And that's the confusion NNPCL has set Nigeria, and they want us to continue to deal with this.
It's terrible, really.
It's unfair.
It's terrible.
Against all spirit of fairness.
It's terrible.
What are they trying to achieve? Who is... I don't understand. They first of all went and stood and squatted there want to lift all the oil. The marketers are watching that total confusion. So you can see all the newspapers are agog with newspaper headlines. So Charles, at what price did the Dangote sell oil to NNPC? Because you can go to the nearest child in their neighborhood.
It's
Charles, you're a broadcaster, you should have this information. How much is oil selling in Nigeria today? You will not say, NNPC said, Dangote said, the filling station whereby said, well, the black market people said, marketer said, is that the child will look at you and said, you are confused? Like Nigeria, you are even more than confused, and then you now start apologizing. It's not my fault. The nation has set everybody on the run of confusion, restless run of locust. Everybody's on rat race, dog eat dog, and this NNPC. Nobody has talked about anything in the last 3 months in Nigeria, and we have the president of Nigeria as the minister of petroleum.
That's even the painful part of it. Like, at what point did NNPC even say that this is even telling you other things?
Before the man could say, I have refined oil, more than 3,000 tankers of NNPC has lined up in front of refinery, want to lift all the oil. And look at the figure of the oil, there's 16 million liters in one day. That will tell you that if they allow this man to breathe,
then that means whatever
how much are we consuming? They even fail NIBS, the Bureau of Statistics, that always give us the price of inflation, has not told us how many Nigerians that use fuel in Nigeria on daily basis and the quantity of oil fuel we consume. The consent confusion that has a littered NNPCL functioned since the history of Nigeria, since 1958. Nobody has told us how many crude oil liters we manufacture, we produce or drill out of Nigerian soil on daily basis. Nobody. They shroud it all in confusion so that they will keep talking from both sides of their mouth and get everybody confused. But Nigerians refuse to be confused. All I know, I'm not confused. I know somebody is cheating Nigeria. There's no confusion about that. Somebody is sitting on our life and welfare and he refused to budge. That is no confusion about that. And we believe that NNPCL is that the pilots, whoever is set them, because I know they are not there on themselves. Somebody set them there to decide to punish Nigeria. And we ask them, what did we do? What did we do to vote the party in power to govern Nigeria? Is that our offense? Or is it that you're saying that you cannot use, because it's not every Nigerian that voted for the party in power. So who do you want to punish? Is it because of those who want to set this punishment? Or there's no way I can explain it. It's total punishment. Because if Dangote is allowed to breathe, fuel price will crash to 200 naira. Because check the mathematics, check all the confusion they try to put Nigerian shrouded. At the point there is leaked information without knowing. They told us what their landing cost of NNPC reported 1,117 naira.
Landing cost. There's no longer landing cost anymore. Landing cost is gone.
And the crude oil is sold to Dangote
so there's
at
no way
to be price.
Yes. So there's no way to
they
be
gave out
price.
that information.
Yes.
Can you imagine? Even Dangote, they want to stop his mouth because he's afraid of what Nigerians will feel about him. Said there's confusion. It's not what I sold to you. You are declaring to Nigeria. So how can you imagine?
But aren't we saluting his boldness to even do that? Because sometimes
that's the only thing that God can do for him. Because you know the fury, the government people might be shrouded. They might hand under what is immunity. But Dangote knows he's a
businessman.
No matter how rich and big he is, he's still a Nigerian, and it's easier for Nigerians to now attack him and say, "Why are you doing this to us?" It's easier. You cannot assess Asorok as hunger and hardship people than you can assess Dangote refinery. So the man has to come out and defend himself. And it's very clear where our problems are. Our common enemy in Nigeria is NNPC, and that's my opinion. That's simple. I don't want anybody any apology until they prove it otherwise. There's nothing we can. How can they be doing this to us? Before Dangote, even when it was hope that they never ever felt that it was confusion, they never going to give him crude oil. The president stepped in, allowed the crude oil in Nigeria and Naira rate. The NPCA went back and they came back and they want to be the sole buyer. Go and be the sole buyer. Tell us how much you are buying off Dangote. There's price. There's confusion. You are not coming out. Tell Nigerians, because if they are sincere and they've told the first lie, Dangote has refuted it. That's not how much I sold to you. But because Dangote is being careful, he has also refused to tell us how much. I think he said how much he sold.
He mentioned it, but I'm because of time. I think this is quite shocking, you know. But because of time, we just have to move on to the next particular.
We have
headline,
to because
if we
please
stay on there,
go because this let them continue to model up things there. But one day they will reach their limit.
It's terrible.
Before then, Serap sues Tinubu over the petrol price hike.
If the Serap didn't sue, we'll be surprised. My gross is after Obi has gone to army, where is Obi's boot? That's a normal balance. It's not, I'm not talking about the Obi, you know, but they say Obi is army. Where is his boot? Serap sues federal government. For Serap, for their boldness to even be suing, has sued on the Nigerian government on so many issues, but we have never come to any final thing where they say Serap won federal government on any suit they are taking to court. So what is left is for Serap to start winning suits and cases against federal government and the Nigerian establishment. But if they will sue, if Serap's another name is suing the government, is the outcome of the suing that we have not gotten to. But it's a good move. It will be on record, Nigerian legal history. We record that Serap one time sued federal government on fixing fuel price. Allow the local market price to. Because even the federal government has tied themselves down by allowing Dangote to refine in Nigeria. And if they had been refining in their 78 refineries in Europe and be doing round robin, turning it around, bringing it back through NMPCL, selling it back to us at landing cost of 1,117, they can do anything with us. But now God don't catch them.
I can imagine the amount of inefficiency that has existed in NNPC, the amount of lies they must have told Nigerians.
If you have perfected telling lies for 28 years, you will be an expert in it. And that's what I think. Everybody in NNPC, I think they woke up in the morning and they are brainstorming on lies. All, instead of looking for refinery, they turn around, they will chop the money and they will tell Nigerians, a Port Harcourt refinery will be on in September. When in September, we move it to October to December. Endless promise. And now they want, my quarrel is, you have done this, you perfected your lying, refining. Because the NNPC refine lies. The crude oil NNPC refine Nigeria is lies.
And heads are not rolling. I mean, you would have thought that this particular confusion this morning, you would have heard that somebody has resigned from their position after lying to Nigerians that they bought at a certain price. And the Dangote is saying that you didn't buy that.
If you are paid to lie, why should you resign? If it's just your job. If I give you a job description and say, go there, just keep telling lies. Who is going to make you resign? If your principal is sitting over you and you tell lies, and instead of listening to the stakeholders, they listen to the lies of the people they put there. And those are the ones we hear their lies every day. No other single voice in Nigeria has spoken. The ones who want to speak are facing treason charges. And then somebody is threatening that will not stop them from going to the street fearless October. And you know what that means? Is it going to be one man? Because a lot of Nigerians will be discouraged with that treason thing. And I'm sure. But then the issue is, must we get to that level? I keep asking. Why not balance this thing? Tell us on lies, tell us on truths. Why are your lies are way more than your truth? And that's the whole thing. From my assessment, that's not fair. It's against all spirit of fairness.
Right. Moving on, Edo State elections are in a few days. That's on Saturday. It does look like we might have some chaos in that state. The PDP is saying they're not going to sign any peace accord. and yeah, I think you've spoken about that last week, but it does look like it's brewing. In the final rally on Saturday, Obaseki, who's the governor of the state, says it's a do or die affair.
We said Nigerians are watching Edo. They've bought kerosene. And they said this kerosene is not inflammable. They bought gas, cooking gas, stored. Bought kerosene, even at the high prices of all this storing. Then now they bought PMS because Dangote has begun to refine. They bought PMS and stored. Nigeria and Anyoku, our renowned sage, a diplomatic guru of impeccable character, has told the world, he told Nigeria, the world is watching. Why you are buying firewood, kerosene, fuel, gas to burn Edo? The federal government is sitting there. The last thing they're threatening, that will tell you when you say power of incumbency and these people soiling their hands, they're threatening to remove the security of Obaseki. Now let me ask you, Charles, if you are the governor, sitting governor of Edo State, and you have an election to conduct, despite the fact that you have an interest, but somebody said, all your security will be removed. And they are sending 35,000 policemen to Edo, but only the one of governor is one they will remove to achieve peace. Something is totally wrong with this nation. Can't you see? They deliberately want to set Edo on fire, but I trust the Edo of my people. I trust them. They have also vowed to take back their nation. All this intimidation will work. If you want, even go there, kidnap Obaseki, take him to anywhere, lock him up. The Edo people will come out, vote, defend their vote. Even with their 35,000, don't be surprised that 35,000 soldiers, army you are sending there, majority of them may come from Edo and they will have sympathy. Because I don't know where 35,000 policemen will come to Nigeria, that Edo State will not have half of it.
Absolutely. Mr. Chris, well, let's leave it there because of time. I mean, we always
if you want us to,
just because of time, we just
yeah.
have to leave it there. Thank you so much for your insights and your input on the show this morning. I mean, we'll keep engaging these issues as time unfolds.
But because they are here with us, we can't run away from it.
Absolutely.
God bless Nigeria.
God bless Nigeria.
God bless
indeed.
Nigeria.
We're back shortly after this short break. To stay with us.